think it should be about enjoying inclusion, enjoying being able to do a great job, enjoying going to work, and enjoying the people around you. Because once you start being inclusive, you get to know people, and you get to know just how fun and interesting and productive people can be. Neurodiversity is a topic that's been talked about more and more these days. And I think the way we're seeing it in the workplace, we're seeing workplaces become much more accepting and inclusive of neurodiversity, but they don't always know how to get it right, which is, a lot of what my job is about, helping clients understand neurodiversity, what it involves, what it doesn't involve, what it might look like, and the benefits of having a neurodiverse friendly workplace and a neurodiverse inclusive workplace. So when we talk about neurodiversity, we're talking about autism, ADHD, dyslexia, dyspraxia, and dyscalculia. And all of those conditions come with challenges, but they also come with a large number of benefits as well. And it's those that we talk about, those strengths of brilliant neurodivergent people, that we encourage businesses to tap into. One of the brilliant things about being inclusive, and this is inclusive generally, not just neurodiversity, is that it benefits everybody in the organisation. And you see that time and time again. Whenever you look at the most diverse and the most inclusive workplaces, you will see that ripple effect of people who are not necessarily from marginalised groups actually benefiting from companies being proactive and inclusive when it comes to diversity. And you see this quite significantly in a neurodiversity friendly workplace, because neurodivergent people are the only skills-based marginalised group, because we're the only ones who have specific skills and talents, as well as challenges that might come with our conditions, whereas the other groups don't. So when you're looking at the benefits of inclusion for neurodivergent people, you find that everybody in the organisation benefits, whether they're neurodivergent or neurotypical. And one specific way that we find people benefit from a neurodiverse inclusive workplace is from the idea of systemic inclusion. And what that means, it's a rather dry term, isn't it? Systemic inclusion. What it actually means is that you make the places inclusive for everyone. You don't have like special things over here for the special people and everything else for the the normal people over here. You build a culture where everybody's included and celebrated, no matter their neurodivergence and no matter their background, no matter who they are, just what they can bring to the workplace. And we find that when you do that, when you offer these reasonable adjustments or accommodations, you offer them to everybody, and then everybody can benefit. And one very simple example is flexible working, because you might put that in place for your neurodivergent staff so they don't have to travel in the rush hour, or they can work according to their own sleeping and waking schedule, which might be quite different from that of a neurotypical person. But you find that everybody benefits from that, whether it's someone who's got to pick their kids up, someone who might have to have a hospital appointment, or even something as banal as waiting in for the electrician. So that's a brilliant thing about inclusion. It's not just that you're helping a marginalised group, which you very much are, it's that everybody benefits. There are loads of things that businesses can do to be inclusive. None of them are very big or expensive or complicated. In fact, a lot of them are simple, cheap, easy adjustments that can be implemented. I wouldn't say without a second thought quite, because you do have to put a bit of thought into it. That's probably the biggest thing you have to do, is just actually think about it, what might be helpful here. And a lot of it is about talking to that neurodivergent employee as an individual, because although we share characteristics, we are individuals, and asking them what they might like. So one key issue, one key adjustment that a business could do is to give people control over the environment, because a lot of neurodivergent people like natural light. So they might like to sit in front of a big window or near the window. People with ADHD like it because we have a very poor sense of time. So if we can see where the sun's going across the sky, that really helps us keep track of things. And for some of us, we like seeing outside, we like the nature, we find that very regulating. But for other neurodivergent people, we might concentrate better in a darker space, a darker, quieter space. So being able to choose your space and maybe choose some other things like how to operate the blinds, are they up or down, being able to work from home, that might be very useful. Just giving people that control and flexibility over their environment, over how they work and where they work, can be quite a simple change that businesses can implement. Most people don't think about that sort of thing. They don't think it's that important, or it's never occurred to them to offer these things. But it's something that is easy and doesn't cost anything because you've probably got those spaces already. One of the key challenges that I find when talking to businesses about neurodiversity and inclusion is that they often don't know where to start, or they're often afraid to start making changes in case they offend people or they upset people. Or there are a few people as well who think once you start the ball rolling, it's going to get out of control and everyone's going to want everything. That doesn't happen. Or they think they have valid concerns over it might be difficult, that they might have challenges. Those concerns are valid, and I don't think we should shy away from those. I think we should address those head on. Yes, you might have challenges. They tend to be fairly easy to manage, and to not just to manage, but to enable neurodivergent employees to thrive, not just to survive, but to thrive and actually do their best work. So I think the most common one is that people just don't know where to start, and that's what we try and address with our talks and our training, to get people a little bit more comfortable with it, get people used to talking about it. It's not a big scary thing. It's something to be enjoyed. Actually, inclusion isn't about being dry and boring and having to do this and you mustn't do that. None of that is fun or interesting to me. I think it should be about enjoying inclusion, enjoying being able to do a great job, enjoying going to work, and enjoying the people around you. Because once you start being inclusive, you get to know people and you get to know just how fun and interesting and productive people can be.